Good morning, guys. Giving you another update on the work I've been doing. Finally got the seat off, got the tires off, and I got the main body of it off. It's a little rough, but it's not too bad. We got one crack there. A friend of mine had before me, put a plate behind it, reinforced it. I'll probably do a little bit more myself. The other side's not too bad, actually it's still together. The rear, you can't see it yet, you might have seen our videos, is really badly dinged up. I'm going to take a hammer and just see if I can fit that out to form a little bit better. It's a dashboard right here, came out pretty well. Probably going to change it up a little bit. I'm not going to necessarily use the same switches anymore. Probably just going to use a single master key for it and use pull switches or toggle switches. Not sure which one yet, but want to make it a little more simplified. Replace the gauge there. Of course, the gauge does work perfectly well when it was running. I'm going to replace it with an odometer gauge, similar to the one I have in my car. But that's all the other stuff I've been doing now. Over to the skeleton that is the rest of the tractor. Fortunately, yesterday I was working on the pulling the steering wheel off, but unfortunately, while I was pulling it off, it cracked down the middle, or down the side, and it came off, which was my goal ultimately. But what I noticed is this little cool knuckle setup here. This is actually supposed to be inside the wheel itself. It's not supposed to come off like this. So what I might try to do is see if I can continue to take it off without damaging it. If not, we'll just leave it the way it is and just put the steering wheel back on, but try to see if I can do that right. Last thing I'm going to try to do to this is remove the steering box and steering linkage and the drive shaft that goes into the rear. Fortunately, everything in here actually looks pretty good, other than for the dirt. Everything looks good. There doesn't seem to be any leaking. Of course, I'll find that out after I clean it all off. As far as stripping it down, as far as I can see, within budget and everything, as far as I want to go, this is probably as far as I go. Not sure yet. One thing I would like to get though is a hydraulic piston, but I've already taken off the pin in there, and the other pin, which you might see there, I don't know, I'm not looking at the viewfinder, but there's a catch in there I removed. It's back in there just to hold the place so I don't lose it, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that because it hasn't moved yet. But yeah, I also got a question for all you people out there, especially IH Cup Get It and Wolf's Head Oil. It has a safety switch right here. It has this is a hydrostatic transmission, so anything that see, obviously you got a low and a high in this one. There's low, there's high. When you put in neutral, it sits right in the middle there. So I don't know what it does. I think it disables the PTO. I'm not sure, but I want to remove it just for simplicity of the wiring harness that I'm gonna put on here when I'm done. Leave everything the same, but probably remove this. So if any of you guys can help me out, tell me what it is, that'd be great. Stand by for another video soon. Hopefully I'll be able to get this sucker out. The steering arm linkage has been a real pain in the butt and a half to get out. This is the last piece. I've taken already out the set screws out of the bearing housing there. I've taken the cotter pin and the roll pin out of there, sprayed down with PB Blaster, but still have had no dice trying to get out. As you can see, the end looks a little rough through all the washers and a couple nuts I went through using it, trying to use a harmonic balancing puller to get it out. It's not really cooperating, so I just might say forget it and leave it alone, but would like to get out, see if I can work on the steering, tighten it up just a little bit. Other than that, that's about it. Hopefully we'll be able to get the parts put together and go into IH's Cadet's house this weekend to do some more specs on the motor. Give you an update with that, and hopefully be able to get this thing back together before September. Take it easy, guys.